House Anthems presents an artist who's bringing serious energy into house music of today with over 1 million streams, support from Defected and Toolroom, and track supported by David Penn and Michael Gray. Dante Tom is on a serious rise and we're excited to get to know the man himself. Welcome to House Anthems. Welcome to London, Dante Tom.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, what interaction. Love it. Yeah. It's good to hear that. Yeah.
Do you know what? It's great to meet you again. First time was ADE, wasn't it?
It was, last year. Yeah, finally, after all those years, we sort of were bouncing our messages through Instagram, when we? And 2023, there was a time we almost met, but we didn't.
Exactly. I know. So how many ADEs have you been to now?
Two now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the last one, the one last year was a different gravy to the previous one. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll be talking about it later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
2026 so far, good for you?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Yeah, really exciting year. Things moving forward.
Yep.
It's all about just putting work slowly but surely and step by step, but just stay focused really and look for those opportunities out there. And obviously I'm here as well, in London this weekend. And try and maximize my time as well. And obviously, buzzing to be here with you as well on House Anthems.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you. You've had a busy couple of days, which is good to see. You've had a busy career as well, which is fantastic. And I want to start from the rap days. Remember when you first told me about this? I was like, at some point I want to hear about this. Talk to me about this. 2008, wasn't it?
I think it was, 2008. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't know about it, and I don't shout about it too much. I mean, obviously, I have it in my bio on various websites, so I sort of shout about it a little bit. But yeah, it's surprising for many people. I mean, 2008, I started as a rapper essentially. So I always, when I go back to my career, I started my career as a rapper, and it started in a karaoke bar in my hometown back in Czech Republic, and on Thursday night, believe it or not. So basically, one of my best mates from back home, he was really into Linkin Park, so he would know all the Linkin Park lyrics and tracks, and he was singer essentially. So he would always sing the Chester Bennington part, and he was looking for someone who can actually rap. And he was like, yeah, man, do you know what? Because we were going to football games together and trainings, and we would always go down. He was always singing Linkin Park, the biggest hits. And I'm like, yeah, why you so into that? And I was sort of curious, what's the crack with Linkin Park? And he said, yeah, I'm going to this karaoke every Thursday. I singing there. And maybe do you know what? Maybe you can learn Mike Shinoda parts, the rap parts, and we can just do it together. There I was like. So eventually, I started performing with him in this karaoke bar or club, and it had good success, to be honest. Then there was this X Factor competition, a show in Czech Republic, and it was on TV, and essentially advert on TV, and he said, it was ICQ at that time. He texted me, did you see that? I was like, whoa, X Factor. I was like, yeah, what about that? He's like, this is our opportunity. I'm like, no, mate, I'm not going to X Factor with this. This is no chance. I'm gonna have to embarrass myself in front of the 10 million people on national TV. Do you know what I mean? But eventually we signed.
So what made you think actually from no way to actually let's do it?
Yeah, I think I'm a curious person. I'm really I like to explore new things. I like to move forward, and at the end of the day, I was like, let's do it. Why not? What's the worst can happen? But just the initial reaction, because you see those people on YouTube, on the internet, those I don't know how they call it in English, but those
the ridiculous ones.
Yeah.
You're still rolling
so I did one of those. Yeah. But no, eventually, do you know what? Eventually, I mean, it has changed my career, because it just sort of showed. I hope it showed that I can be sort of musician, or producer or whatever, artist. And I eventually got to the final, not with my friend, because we split up in semis. They split us up,
right? Okay.
Because they was like, okay, we sort of don't it's not good enough what you do as a group, but because we were as a group, but we can put you together with two girls who sing, and you can sort of form an R&B kind of group. So they would sing, and I would rap, and. Ended up doing 3 finals.
This is the photo.
This is the one. Yeah. This is and so
a serious pick.
Yeah, ended up. I'm 18 there as well. Yeah, so ended up being on there for 3 finals on national TV on a Sunday night. It was sort of before internet era in a way, or before social media, anyways. Yeah. And I mean, it opened the doors for me. Obviously, it put me into the sort of industry in a way. Being on a telly, in a sort of. Yeah, the music industry kind of showbiz in a way back in Czech Republic.
Opened you mentally as well, because it's getting that first hand of
100%
being on TV,
yeah,
final, millions of people watching, performing to thousands as well. Did you think that was pivotal for you in terms of, we'll talk about the transition later on, but do you think that was pivotal mentally, that thought, having that so early on, now going into a proper music career? Yeah,
100%. Like, first and foremost, like, I'm from a small town in Czech Republic, from East Side, 25K. So moving to Prague for like that 1 month, 2 months for the competition was like moving to a different country, literally. Like, I suppose it's like, East, like, capital, and then you have like different parts of it. I suppose like London and like maybe north part of England. I don't know. It's different environment, different sort of mentality. So I felt like foreigner in there, I was like, oh, this is so big. Obviously Prague, and obviously not, I live in big city, I'm used to it now, but like, it was like, oh, I'm like, this is like different, like. And so yeah, it taught me a lot. It taught me like how to sort of, it forced me to grow up a little bit, really. And just to get out of the comfort zone. And that is something I'm, be trying to seek always, like, since I've experienced that, just go in there and experience something new, and don't be afraid to get out of the comfort zone. And no, it definitely played the pivotal role in my career, in my life in general, really.
Roll it back even more. What was it like growing up? Like, how was you? What was your first memory of music?
Yeah,
and was it quite powerful that you was like, this is something that you just warmed to? What was it? Was it someone? Was it an event you went to, or your family, or?
Yeah. I think first memory, if I remember watching TV when I was, I don't know, maybe 7 or 5 or whatever, and there was only so many shows obviously on telly back in the day, especially in Czech Republic. We had like maybe like a couple of music programs on the telly that day, and I think it was Michael Jackson, really. If I remember Michael Jackson, performing, singing, watching music videos, and just like trying to sort of copy his like dancing, dance moves before the mirror.
Can you moonwalk?
No, I can't. That's the thing. No, I cannot. Yeah, but also Backstreet Boys, that era, kind of boy bands and all that. So yeah, that was it. And I think I was like growing up, I would also attend like few like a dance classes. We would do like a performance in a school as well, primary school. With the kind of like a boy band vibes and stuff like that, kind of. Yeah, so I think naturally I was like kind of performer growing up. Like to be in the spotlight a little bit, I guess. So yeah, there was. I think that was the influence, really. Yeah, in terms of music.
Growing up in Czech Republic as well, what was music like? Growing up in terms of the culture, the city that you was brought up in, culture-wise, what was it like? Yeah, it was quite varied, or was it quite? There was a specific sound of a certain city.
I mean, if you compare, for instance, with England or Germany, or UK and Germany, is we don't have really that sort of culture of electronic music, as you have here, or Germans have, or even the Netherlands, for instance. It was more like either pop music or sort of rock band, or indie bands. It's really rock based, back in the day. Anyway, so I would like, we would go to festivals, to like, I was a huge fan of rock bands back in the day, so we would listen all that, and including like groups like Arctic Monkeys later on, or System of a Down, Slipknot, Korn, so those sort of heavy metals as well a little bit. But yeah, a lot of indie. So yeah, there was definitely lack of the electronic music sort of scene, same as R&B, for instance, which I was heavily into like during that.
I was going to say during that sort of time.
Yeah, so it wasn't really a thing in Czech Republic. So yeah, for me, it was never be like, once I sort of figure out that music is something I want to do, I knew that I can't really stay in there. I mean, and now it's different now, but like my aim was always to sort of go abroad and explore, and like connect with like the best artists or people in the industry out there.
Which is what you're doing now.
Yeah, still trying to do it.
You're living the dream, mate.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. When I think about it, when I look back, it's surreal, isn't it? Like yesterday, or it was Thursday. I was in Two-Room Studios, working on some production with Louis John there, with the mixing engineer, and Mark Knight was there, so like he gave me some feedback on the track as well, like so it's surreal when you think about it. Like I used to listen. Obviously, there was a very like later on in my career, but like maybe 10 years ago, I would listen to Mark Knight on Two-Room Radio, and we're like, oh, this is like far away from me, right? And now I'm sitting, I'm chatting to him right now. Yeah. So it's it's all in process, and still trying to push. I need to push, obviously, for what I want to achieve, and there is definitely room for growth still, and just trying to chip away those little points, and like.
So let's talk about that transition. So 2008, you hit big, 2010, you transitioned into house.
Maybe a little bit
Maybe later
later. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, but
why? Why house? Bearing in mind it was a big rock culture where you grew up.
Yeah.
Why house?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. One of my best mates back home, he was really into Sensation White and like, this sort of Armin van Buuren, and like it was the time. Yeah, I mean, Swedish House Mafia was coming up as well, Laidback Luke, and there was this EDM sort of era where, started popping up and becoming popular, and
So that electro house scene, wasn't it?
it was, yeah,
'cause I was
yeah.
heavy into that.
Yeah, it was. So I remember him like literally like, we would like work together in like a warehouse stuff, and he would like bring his speakers and play like, Steve Angelo and like Axwell and all that. And I would be like, oh, this is all right. And he would be so into it, like, yeah, house music and this. And I think because that time I was already producing music after X Factor, I started producing myself, and I was trying to sort of produce some sort of, first R&B, but then sort of like with some music with electronic elements, and then naturally I started like leaning more towards like dance music. Really, just I was curious again, right? I was curious to like explore new sounds and to just like try something different. Is that phase of life. It always comes when you're like, oh, this is interesting. This is nice. I want to explore more of that. And enrich myself as a producer as well. So yeah, that was that EDM era, that electro house, hardware, Afrojack and all that. So like I got hooked on that, yeah, and eventually like dropped all the hip hop R&B stuff, and like transitioned myself, and also like phase of life when I moved to Ireland, it was 10 years ago or 12 years ago, which is obviously heavily influenced by sort of UK scene, right? So it's like kind of being UK in a way, and all of a sudden I start hearing like Disclosures and MKs and all of them, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. What is that? This kind of deep house era, right? Route 94, and and I naturally, the environment sort of shifts you a little bit, gives you inspiration, and you started copying that, and that time I was already like a DJing a little bit. Again, the same friend who introduced me to like electro house and all the EDM stuff. We would DJ like back to back at times, like back in my hometown, in like this little local club where people didn't really fancy the time too much of EDM, but we tried to sort of push it on them. I remember, like when you're so into it, you like try to play the best hardware songs, and people just don't get it. You're like, you've been mad about it and asking for some Taylor Swift and stuff. But no, so so that was sort of like this sort of transition, moving countries as well, being influenced by other people and just being generally curious about new music. And
you've had key people in your life as well, and just this short period that we'd spoken, that person who said, why don't we do the X Factor, that happened, and then the person that introduced you to electro house, now you're fulfilling it, and you've had your experience when you moved to Ireland, etc. And I know you said we dropped the R&B, we dropped that, but I spoke to a few artists as well that transitioned different genres, from house to drum and bass, from R&B to house and things like that. Mentally, we don't drop it, because when you start producing records that you've done, did you feel there were elements from the rap days to your R&B days, even listening to rock, when there's elements that you subconsciously you put into it, because that shapes who you are, right? Is that how it was when you first started producing?
I think so, yeah. I'm still, one thing I'm doing now, for example, I remember, I don't know if you remember the group, the Cataracts.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, mate. One of, like, obviously, like the GCs, they produce like all the big hits. Yeah, I absolutely love that. And they obviously doing a lot of like this, pitching vocals, up and down, like, and then in the club, in the road, and all these. And I still use it, like, like a lot of tracks. We just played Brother Day, so I would like use it like in certain, like, just to spice it up things a little bit, maybe in the bridge or in the climax or something. So yeah, I would still keep those elements, and I definitely also like I'm more lean in my production, more lean towards like sort of classical, like not classical, but like classic sort of songwriting, or like more like tracks with verse, chorus, and stuff. So I feel that's where I'm good in writing songs, rather than just like creating sort of melodies in terms of like I don't know. Some producers are more like based, like their career is based more on production, based more like synthesizers and stuff. Creating melodies, creating like sequences and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm more influenced by R&B is essentially soul, isn't it? Like so like I'm still my production is soulful. That's what I'm trying to do, soulful. A lot of vocals. So yeah, it's definitely an element of that. Yeah.
When you first started producing in house, how would you describe the sound back then?
Not so good.
To what it is now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Do you know what I remember when I first opened Reason 3? It was
Reason as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Oh my
mad,
goodness.
yeah. Yeah, I got pirate copy of one of my mates. Yeah, my colleague from X Factor actually back in the day, and he's I mean, I tried to emulate Timbaland. Do you know what I mean? Like Timbaland as Swiss Beats, you know, and all of them
Yeah,
like
yeah.
producers, and I was like, you know, obviously load up like a drum kit, and like, you know, I was like, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna make an album in 6 months, easy.
That's the thing. The fantasy's there, isn't it? You start producing. I'll make
Naivety.
this, and then you
Exactly.
get signed to here, and then I'll start performing, and then
I was like,
all of a sudden,
I'll be in LA in 2 years and be making music with like, you know, Ludacris and like, you know, Snoop Dogg. But now,
you're not far off.
But I mean, well, it's sound wise, it was like R&B was my focus. Now is obviously, do you know what? It's obviously, it's obviously house music is different, but like, I think it's also more sort of classic now, classic sort of chords and like classic sort of sound, classic house sound. That I'm like, it's something that I explore, like, you know, when I moved to Berlin later on, you know, because that's kind of more was more underground sound, more, you know. So I think that's something that I sort of shifted a little bit into, like more into roots of house music, essentially, with the sound, yeah.
Let's go into it. 2016, one of your first releases, I believe.
Yeah.
Vibe.
Yeah. Vibe, yeah.
How do you feel about it now? That's what, 10 years on?
It is 10 years on, yeah. That's crazy, isn't it?
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of the track, to be honest. It was, I was trying to obviously mimic that, or like, you know, copy that Philip George, you know, era.
Yeah, that organ.
It's like,
melodies
which
in
were
it,
mine. Like that, the track, I totally loved. Like, Blinky was another producer I absolutely loved, unreal. Like, I still like when to the day when I listened to some of his early records, I'm like, oh, this is like, it just brings me to the nostalgia back in there when I was in Ireland. But like with Vibe, I'm proud of the record. Because I also wrote the record as well, like the lyrics and songwriting. I hired a singer to sing it for me. But the funny thing is that I was working in Ireland, obviously, in one company, and what I would do, I would have time actually to produce music at work, which is, I don't know if
where there's a will in it.
Yeah.
Where needs must. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
So I was essentially like, I would come home, I would mostly make tune, and then I would upload it to my drive and like download it on my computer to work on it there, you know, and like, you know, do this process. And I had a friend who also helped me with the you know, giving me advice on mixing and on sounds and everything. And I'm proud of it. I got it signed. It's always this first track that you got officially signed, you know, to a label, and you feel like, oh, you know, like I'm producer now in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, but no, happy about the record, and it as I said, I try to emulate that era, you know, that what I was into that, and obviously, you know, the sound is coming back now, so maybe, you know, I can do a little re-edit. We'll see about that.
It all comes back. I know you said you wrote the lyrics as well. Did you used to write bars when you was rapping back then?
Yeah, I mean, I did. It was in Czech. I mean, funny thing, in X Factor, actually, I was rapping in English.
Okay,
yeah. Which I don't have videos anymore now, but like if I
it's on YouTube.
There's one, but it's well hidden, I think.
We shall find.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, you know, like, my English obviously wasn't nowhere near what is now, as good as now, and so yeah.
So was you like writing bars?
No, sorry. So
or...
in X Factor, that we obviously songs of other people. So we would do. I would
okay.
Yeah,
right.
It was like Men in Black, for instance. There was the one final, you know. Another final was like some Voulez-Vous version with Rebel. But like for that vibe, for that track.
Yeah. What made you write that?
Yeah, I essentially. So I opened like a few lyrics, you know, of a different artist. Like, you know, I suppose, you know, some maybe Chris Brown or Trey songs or whatever. I was into it, and it was like, yeah, it should be about, I guess, you know, about love or something. And I was just like, yeah, I can't remember the lyrics, but like I tried to piece like different lyrics together, because obviously I wasn't confident enough to just, you know, write in my own, like, you know, if it's like grammatically correct or whatever. Yeah, so I managed somehow. And I don't think I've done it ever since, or maybe I've done a few times, but like, you know, maybe I should.
Well, 10 years on. So maybe
I should.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Bring a vibe, another vibe too. Bring it out.
Maybe. Yeah. Little revision. Yeah.
2020, you brought your EP out. Which was that first EP, Down Together?
Do you know what? It was second, first proper one. The one before, it's called No Pressure EP, and it was sort of like a assignment to my study, because I moved to Berlin to study electronic music production for 1 year. It was a diploma program at DBS Berlin, and I mean, at the end of the year, I was supposed to write the EP, so I did, but like, which was quite deep and like quite melodic, which was nice. But like, I mean, in terms of Down Together, that was like a sort of first EP that sort of put me into the scene and really put me on the radar a little bit, you know.
That was with Random Soul.
That was, yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
God, you even got the paper copy as well.
I used to do it like.
Nice, good man.
I used to like print it out, and like I just put it on my. Print it on my. Just put it on the back, like in my studio. Yeah, just a little reminder, you know.
And, visualizations, man.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was. I mean, it got good. I mean, I didn't even know about Traxsource back in the day, but it was that where I started noticing. Oh, okay, that this is a thing, Traxsource now. So like, I got, you know, like top 10 charting, in-house chart and stuff, like good support from people, like, you know.
Did you always want to sign on that label when you wrote that EP? Or was it just...
So during pandemic, I started working with Graham Farmer from Digital Transmission on his mentorship program. And like, he sort of taught me like, okay, so what you need to do, obviously do research on your favorite labels, you know, like obviously maybe 3 tiers of labels, and like see what you want to get signed, potentially what's your sound and so on. And so yeah, that's after my research. I was like, oh, this label, like it's good size. It's you know, good sound. I like that. I like that at the particular time. I still like, obviously, because I'm still racing with them. But and yeah, then through Graham, we got in touch with Husky, and yeah, they was like, oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was, through Graham, like this network, obviously, opportunity open up there, and so happy about it. Like, great one. Yeah, great success with this one. Yeah.
How did you approach that EP compared to No Pressure?
It was, so I finished this EP after doing a production course at Tourum Academy, and I have to say that it changed my life really in terms of how to produce, you know, how to like sound selection, and just like overall production skills really, and especially as the sound choice, you know, I got more aware of it. I had already like ideas before on this, but I couldn't really finish it off, and then I, you know, after what I've learned, I essentially applied to that, and I think also with this one, I start utilizing more of samples, like more of it, because before I would be very like, I would always want to write my own melodies, my own chords, and everything, and which I did with the previous EP. Yeah. But like with this one, I was like, oh, okay, I sort of learned that it's okay to use samples, which can speed up your process, and obviously it's not normalized now, and it's normal now. So yeah, I think like using like a quality samples as well, like, you know, for Roof Cow Spice or whatever. Little sax riffs and stuff, obviously, which are, you know, with chop and stuff like that, vocals as well. It definitely elevated my production, and I'm still, what I've learned, I'm still applying now, and it was a game changer. Yeah.
You went to the Tourum Academy and you was producing way before that anyway.
Yeah.
So what would you say to people who want to get into production? Do you feel they should go into these things firsthand, or actually have a go at producing, figure out where you are? Yeah. Production-wise, where your sound is going, and then go to it, because then they can help you steer where you need to go, right? Yeah. What would you say? I know it's different for every producer, but from your experience now, what would you say? Because there's a lot of these nowadays, isn't it? Every country's got
loads,
academies and retreats and things. Which is great.
I mean, I don't think there's a right or wrong in this. Like, obviously, back in the day.
Back in the day.
For Bill, yeah. What was it, like maybe 8 years ago, 7 years? I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, it was just starting out, you know, like now obviously you have loads of it. And it was different era as well, like, because like now obviously to become art, like now I guess more pressure to sort of release and to, you know, take care of branding, and which is, I mean, I would say it's sadly more important than music, you know, at times. Well, I'm
going to interrupt you there. You know, you said about, you know, we've got to release stuff.
Yeah.
And I've read an article recently as well, and it's like, you see people like EZ, and they don't have that many tracks out. They'll have like intro dubs that they're using, like mixtapes and stuff. They'll have in their sets. They'll have. That's the thing. How important is it to release stuff now, because everyone's releasing? Yeah. Do you feel DJs can still make it without releasing tracks and having effects and dubs and exclusive stuff that they can put in their sets?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not. I guess.
I speak to a few people and it's like that. Oh, I need to start producing, and it's like we fell into it because we wanted to, and it was like it was really cool.
Yeah,
what's your view on it?
I mean, for me as an artist, I got into production because that's what I want to do. I mean, if gun to head today, I'm like, okay, you have to choose producer or DJ. Producer all day.
Yeah,
I love DJing, I love performing. Don't get me wrong, and it's a part of it. But for me, it's about really like as an artist, it's about having your own production. Yeah, exactly. Having your own tracks, like, and I know that there are DJs out there who, make career, and they getting booked. Personally, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want to be, I mean, for me, being artist means having music. Not to slam anyone or anything. Like everyone do their own thing, but like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, as I said, for me, it's about having production. For me, it's about really, I want to release music because I want to, show what I do. I want to, this artistry for me. I want other people to support my music, and just like, for me, it's about releasing stuff.
Around that time, then, about 2020, I mean, you did a remix competition as well in 2019, wasn't it?
It was actually
remix competition.
It was part of the Tourum Academy class. Yeah.
Which track was? Tell everyone which track that you remixed and how it all kind of, because that, from what I kind of gather, was very pivotal for the second half of your for the decade. Obviously, going into the tens decade, you transitioned from the rapping days, R&B to house.
Yeah.
Then you did a remix competition, which you can tell us about, and then I feel that was like the kind of unlock the key. I think a little bit for you.
Do you know what? In a way, it was. Yeah. So it was remix. I mean, I think they always did it like in Tourum Academy. I don't know if they still do it now, but with the production class, they would always like do a remix competition at the end, and it was for one of the Ben Remembers track, Shaker, one of those names, and. It happened that I won it. So I was buzzing about it because obviously it was recorded a call and Pete Griffiths was like, first place, Dante Tom. I was buzzing, man. I was like, because just the feeling.
Scream and shout about it, man. Scream for it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is great, like because like it's sort of more like proof to me that I'm capable of doing it. I'm capable of
so you got the
something decent.
It.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that track got released eventually, not the remix, but I used that track for my single "Kiss Me" with Sulin Fleming, so it got out eventually. Whether it also puts bit of a like show my name a bit more for Tourum guys as well, maybe as well, But like for me, I guess it was me more like personal, like okay, I can actually do it now. I can actually produce something decent. So it's just maybe the confidence boost
off now, isn't it? Yeah, as well, from that time. So I think when you started producing house, then you had the Tourum Academy, did the remixing. The way you start producing, I mean, for me, I start writing bass lines first.
Yeah.
Over anything.
Yeah.
Then it all kind of comes together.
Yeah.
Do you have a little format of how you produce records, and was it different when you first started to having that mentorship with Tourum to now? Like, how do you, obviously every record's different.
Yeah.
Bassline for me is a big thing, so I'll write that first.
Yeah.
How's it for you?
Yeah. For your sound, it's definitely like bassline, definitely. Yeah. But for me, do you know what? I think so. These days, how I do it, I mean, I have multiple projects, and then I sort of copy those projects. So when I start a new project, like new track, I would just like
got your own template.
Essentially, yeah. So I would keep the drums, for instance, and usually I would keep the drums, and then like I have my favorite sounds or plugins for bassline, for instance. But like I would, to start like having sort of track together, for me it would be like a sort of music element. So we would usually chord progression or a hook. So if I would find like a maybe good sample, like nice chords, nice rolls or whatever, there would be sort of bass for that track, and then I would write bass line, on top of it, just to fit the key. Obviously with remixes, that's quite straightforward. It's usually the vocal that I would find like a chords, or I would write chords, and then I would start like putting bass line on top of it, and then different elements like sax or like guitar or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, thinking of it like I just really remixing my own or recycle my own projects. So I would always delete some stuff, and I usually just stick with the drums there, and then I was just other things on top of it. Yeah, so maybe drums, if That would be just a simple answer to that question.
Remix or original? What do you favour more?
Oh, original all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Do you feel remixing is key to producing?
Key, well, I guess it's just different sort of way of go about things, or just different experience. I mean, you can in terms of like production, yeah, it's different with producing, because like you can obviously use the elements from the track, which can guide you towards the the end product. Usually, like, oftentimes, it's hard to find like an original vocal, or get like original vocal or good vocals. So like remixing is a way to get that vocal and write a track around it, which helped me a lot. To be fair, like I did a lot of remixes for instance, for Agency, which is a band. They have brilliant vocals, soulful, and obviously I did some original tracks with them as well. But like, that getting that original vocal nice and crisp, well produced, well songwriting, and just like make a track around it. It really helped me to get stuff done and put my name out there. Because sometimes with original, like the hook is obviously important, and sometimes it takes time to find the hook, or like get it right. So it can take longer to sort of yeah. So it can take longer to actually release something. But like, remix is definitely also like there's a lot of remix competitions for people as well, and
helped you, like I said, that we said as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not getting stuck too much. I haven't been getting stuck too much into like a sort of remix competition out there, that I would like, look for those opportunities. But I know a lot of people do, or a lot of people like would remix. A lot of people did career like remixing like old songs, 80s, 90s, whatever. Well, remixing then releasing as an original anyways. But
yeah, exactly. This is the thing now. I mean, I asked you that because we're in an era now.
Yeah.
There's edits flying around. I mean, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
Remixes everywhere. SKT's Take Me Away got a re-edit done.
Yeah.
For this year. If you had to choose one of your tracks that you want someone to make an official remix for 2026, which one would it be?
Well, Move Your Body.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Coming
on soon, yeah. But good question there. Do you know what? I haven't thought about it. Well, I think Running Deep could do well as a good vocal there. Maybe Brighter Day, yeah. I don't know, something with nice original vocal. I mean, quite a few of them with original and original vocals, but like I think Running Deep could do a good job, yeah.
If you had to create another genre remix of your track, what would it be?
Wow, okay. That's a good question there. Another genre, okay. Just trying to think what are my tracks like. What are my tracks here? I think I would just take one of my older tracks from a few years back, which is more like house, deep house, and I would try to turn it into some sort of more funky disco house, yeah.
Motowny sort of vibe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that would be it. Yeah, But that's a good one. Maybe I can. Maybe that's the idea for vibe tune as well. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's the plan. Exactly. Alongside Calvin Harris and Claptone, explain the feeling of being around those sort of lineups.
Well, yeah. I mean that's a story linked to a thing linked to the story of Elios Barrientos reaching out on Instagram.
Yeah.
For my track Control.
Yeah.
It was released on Big Speaker Music, and I mean, I received DM for Elios Barrientos, and I was like, hey mate, love your track Control. It's not out yet on Beatport, but I'm playing.
So what, did he pick up from a promo, or did you send it to him, or
no,
just randomly?
I think they saw on Beatport, to be fair.
Okay.
Like, there was a pre-order or something like, and basically they just wanted to have a track for the party with Clapton and Calvin Harris in Ibiza, Ushuaia, or what it was. What was it? Opening season opener.
And he played it in Ushuaia.
Sorry?
He played it in Ushuaia.
Well, I never find out actually, but he said he's gonna play it. He says he's gonna play it. So no, he said he's gonna play it. So I told him, do you have can you give me, can you take a video?
Yeah.
He never did, but like, I mean, that's what legend says. Like he said, it says that he played it, or he told me.
It's another kind of benchmark for you, though, isn't it? Like you've had that throughout your production, throughout your music career when you got into house. Now you had Elias and Barrientos DMing you.
Yeah.
Whether you got the footage or not, but there's a landmarks for you that you can bounce from.
Yeah.
It's credit as well that actually, cool, like the direction I'm going in now.
Yeah.
It's being credited. There's people like at that sort of level that's messaging you, be like, top stuff. I've got it on my USBs.
Yeah.
I'm playing in Ibiza.
Yeah.
With these people in the lineup. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give you confidence going forward?
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
confidence is a big game with producing as well, isn't it? I mean, writer's block and all that.
100%, mate. Like, I mean,
confidence is.
Yeah.
When it comes, you take it.
As you know yourself, don't you? Like, yeah.
No, it's real, man.
It's. Do you know what? I mean, being artist or producer, whatever. I mean, for me at least, I feel like maybe I'm exaggerating, but 90% of the time is a struggle, isn't it? You're like in the studio, you try to write something. It's obviously not working. Most of the time,
it's what people don't see though.
No. They see like I mean, and then obviously those little bits like obviously getting feedback from Mark Knight or like people who's burning or whatever. That's what you sort of you need those little moments, the little wins to get you to move you forward. So because like otherwise, it's tough. It's tough. Do you know what? Sometimes I ask myself, I blame X Factor for this as well. Sometimes like, why did I get into this? Like, if I knew what it's gonna be like.
That's your mate that messaged you about it.
Exactly. Yeah. He's now having normal life, earning good money, working in tech and like
set you up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Thanks. But no, you need those little wins. You need those little sort of.
Because it was that track, Running Deep. Control and Running Deep.
Yeah.
Those two tracks helped really elevate you, innit? In terms of, obviously, I think Running Deep got the Tool Room radio feature as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So again, it was starting to form this. You're in that circle now, innit?
Yeah. I mean, it's it's like, you need to keep going, like and like, tick those boxes essentially, and get those little supports all the way. I mean, I believe like it's not about sort of becoming viral. I mean, that could be obviously a track that can put you on the map massively. You can have a massive hit, but like. I'm comfortable with obviously, slowly building that momentum, slowly, building that catalog, that support from people, that industry respect really. And Running Deep, I mean, another one like obviously played by Michael Gray on one of his radio shows, which I found out like 2 years later, by the way, when I was going through it.
By the way,
1001 track list. I'm like, just like searching for something. Running Deep, like Michael Gray, really? I was like, I was buzzing, yeah. So
better late than never.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes, isn't it?
So exactly. I mean, the Tour Radio as well. It got featured. So yeah, I mean, just and it also got remixed by Random Soul guys, which was obviously I see them, Husky and Yogi, I see them as like one of the someone I aspire to be like in terms of producing because they're amazing producers. They sound amazing. They can, and they help me out a lot as well. Like in terms of like when I got signed tracks to them, they will give me feedback on tracks as well. Fix this, fix that, just to give it over line, just to top it off, just to give it the extra little push to make it sound nice and crisp and proper.
Going forward, the way music is consumed now, TikTok, viral moments. I was speaking with a mate of mine in Ibiza, and we were just saying how it's all sound bites now. Some people know the drop. 15 seconds after the drop. Moment's gone. Starting to create a bit of an impact now because. I think even with DJ sets now, it's that creating that viral moment in a set. Yeah. What's kind of your view on it? I mean, after just hearing what you're saying about the way you're producing, you've got that very original old school format, which I mean I have as well. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Sound bites now, records 2 minutes long nowadays. People's ability to concentrate is getting far less.
Yeah.
What's your view on it? I mean, is it changing the way you kind of write music? Are you getting to like drop quicker? Are you shortening your extended edits? Like
I mean, I'm shortening a little bit extended edits, but like for instance,
gone are the days of the Rapper's Delight 14-minute edit.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah. No, I mean, do you know what I mean? In terms of,
it's a difficult one, isn't it?
It's a difficult one, but if you look at track, like for instance, Traxsource, is obviously house heavy, right? Like this is like a platform where you get your house music and. The tracks are still 6 minutes at times, or like Fool's Paradise Records, which is label, I absolutely love, and we go to party actually
later.
Yeah. I'm looking there, and like they have like still 540, whatever extended mix. I don't know. I don't. I feel like there is this like TikTok sort of thing with like getting viral, but like at the end of the day, if you get down to the club. You still get like good DJs playing, long sets or like, long sets or like play as they always did, like, nice steady warm ups. If it's a good party, and I was fortunate enough to obviously living in Berlin, attend a lot of good parties, underground scene, I feel like people are not really bothered about like, you know, viral moment and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how far is it like from reality, this TikTok thing. I feel like maybe just happening on the platform.
It's all moments though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's literally like in a moment thing.
I try to be just focused on what I do, and you know, and just like not get carried away with sort of virality or trends. Really, I just try to keep focused on my sound and just obviously shifting a little bit some, but like not for what's popular, but what I'm really feeling. And
what's right though, isn't it? That's what's important. What's right to you.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what's more important.
100%. Because obviously there have been moments. I mean, back, I'm pretty much confident now with terms of like what I like and what I want to play. But like back in the day, like a few years back, even like, you know, you would look left and right and see, oh, this person is doing this is doing tech house, this is doing like a bit of, I don't know, whatever, EDM, whatever, you know. So you would try to, oh, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, because they have success with it. But at the end of the day, it's not like, that's not how it works. Like you need to stay to your own lane, and that full circle, that sort of trend, if you like, or, you know, popularity or the genre will come to you. Or like in the other words as well.
Sometimes even just known for like your sound.
Exactly, and there is always audience for your sound.
For such a long time.
Yeah, there's audience for your sound. You always found your audience, like, you know.
Yeah,
it's not like back, you know, like there are fans for Soulful House. You know, there's 8 billion people on the planet, so they will.
You're bound to touch one of them.
Sorry,
you're bound to touch one of them. Yeah, Soulful. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's very. I mean, I know how difficult it is for up-and-coming producers or artists, like, to sort of, you know, stick to or like be confident with what they want to do, because they see different people doing different things and having a success with it, especially maybe with the Instagram and TikTok era. Yeah, just do what you love, really. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah.
Brighter Day, the track that really hit big for you, over 500,000 streams, isn't it, with Lee Wilson?
It was, yeah.
How did that collab come about?
Yeah, it was a good success, this track. Yeah, obviously different numbers that I was getting for my like other releases, but so I did. I mean, this comes back to the sort of remixing one of the it was like track by Agency and Lee Wilson, and through my sort of manager I had back in the day, who would work with Agency as well. He would be like, "Hey, do you want to remix this track?" So I did.
Right.
And it turned out well, like nice little kind of Dante Tom sound, if you like, you know, like a summer vibe, you know, little sax in there. And yeah, then I mean, Lee liked it. I mean, I knew Lee from before. I knew him like as an artist. I really, I like his music. I like him as an artist. I love his voice. And he approached me like, "Hey mate, like I really like the remix that you've done there. Do you want to collab?" So for me, it was like another pivotal moment. Oh, you know, like one of my sort of heroes in a way. Oh wow, this is amazing. You know, he wants me to collab with him. So he sent me this vocals for Brighter Day. Yeah, essentially we work on it, and you know, it turned up well. Yeah, I didn't expect to be that. I mean, you never know, right? Also with the other tracks, I had some success. You never know until
it happens.
Yeah, it happens, exactly. Because like, for instance, so Brighter Day, obviously have a good success. Yeah. It's a beautiful track as well. You know, beautiful songwriting from Lee as well. So yeah, it turned out well. Yeah.
Does that put pressure on you in terms of, okay, we've had this now?
Yeah, you see those numbers, right? And you need to sort of match it.
In a numbers game now.
Yeah.
Do you feel a bit of pressure at the moment, at that time, sorry, when you saw that, thinking, wow.
Yeah, I mean...
Did you have that, let's get a million next on?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, obviously you see now your monthly listeners, Spotify goes like 100,000 monthly listeners. Just, you know, because suddenly, you know, what's going on? I want to keep the level.
Yeah.
And then you eventually like see the dropping it down, you know.
Stay up.
Yeah, exactly. No, we follow up with another single, Rooftop Vibes, with Lee, and then another tracks together. It didn't hit that you know, spot as Brighter Day, but yeah, a little bit of pressure. But you know what? I mean, I don't see that right now. For me, again, important to be happy with what you do with your sound, and like being confident in having, you know, being able to produce music consistently. And
again, it adds to the confidence in the
exactly.
90% of that. You
exactly.
said that the days were a bit.
Exactly.
You look at that thinking, do you know what? Cool.
Yeah. So if you're confident, if you believe in you as a producer, or like in what you do in your craft in general, it will reflect, you know, on you as a person. Yeah, I mean, listen, music production, it never be easy. I mean, it gets maybe easier by the time, you know, you get more experience, and as you know, being through those moments, you know how to overcome certain obstacles and how to get things over the line. But it's always easy. There's always moments. So like, you know, so one thing is definitely guaranteed. You know, if you are consistent enough, things happen. If you don't do things, nothing's gonna happen. That's simple as that.
You know, it's the rule of life, mate.
Yeah,
It's literally consistency.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do you do in those days where you do have that? It's just not writing. What do you do? How do you cope with the days of writer's block, or you know, the days where you're trying to string something together? What's the Dante Tom coping mechanism?
Yeah, I think it's important to have balance, like in life. Obviously, sitting in a studio all day can give you a bit of disservice, you know, because it's sleep.
I mean, you're big on your fitness, so I'm sure that
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, I'm lucky enough, I mean, I got into like fitness world quite a bit, running, triathlon and stuff. So like, that's a part of my personality as well. So like, you know, I don't say 50-50. Obviously, music is more important than that. But like, you know, I would still want to be like consistent with my fitness and everything, gym, you know, as I said, running, cycling, and everything. I think the balance will help you, and also like, or just, you know, listen, I think getting away of the studio, even going for a walk really, or doing something different. But I know how hard it is as a producer. Probably you know as well. Like when you sit with your project and you forcing it, you try to force it out.
That's when you know.
Yeah, that's why you know you are in trouble. You're in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same token, you know, sometimes you just, you know, what I do as well, I would flip between the projects, try to work something different. And sometimes, you know, you would think, oh, actually, I need this element, and I have this element in my other projects. So you just like copy paste it in your, you know, in the other one. And sometimes you just leave the project leave it out there, like don't touch it for a few weeks, and then you come back to it, and it sounds fresh to you, and you have fresh ideas, or you might have heard some inspiration in other tracks. So you know, it's about having those like. Yeah, well, I'm working on different projects simultaneously. Do you know what? A lot of time, I don't remember how I sort of finish these tracks. I don't remember them. Sometimes it just happens. I'm trying to think. How did
You're like on autopilot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Creative mode just kicks in.
How did I finish? I don't know. Like, for instance, the last one, Don't Feel Pain. I don't even know. It just happens there. Sometimes it was there, and
you just bounced it. Yeah,
it's bounced it. Yeah. Well, I wish it's that easy, but like. You know, sometimes you just like see, I was like, oh, it's almost finished. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's it. But like, you know, most of the times it's that you're in a zone and you sort of like try to work out things and try to get things over the line. Eventually sometimes it happens. It's all about like just showing up and just like put work and like.
Knowing when the track is done is harder than you think sometimes as well, isn't it? I mean, it's like, you could add a bit more. You could add a bit more texture here, a bit more effects, a bit more atmos.
Yeah.
I could create a little, you know, imitation of the bass line there.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're in that creative mode, you just know.
Yeah.
I think when you get in a mode where you're like, right, is it done? Is it not?
Yeah.
I think that's where it starts. For me, it's like that. And you kind of think, why am I questioning this?
Yeah.
It's either done or it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, similar?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. It's good as well. It's good to have someone someone with fresh ears, like, you know, you can send it to. And you know, ask for advice, or like, you know, I mean, I've been doing a lot with, obviously, during Tourum Academy, asking for feedback, you know, or asking even like my mates, like, you know, what do you think about this? And, you know, sometimes, they tell, it's finished, or they just say, oh, maybe this doesn't work, you know, or sometimes, again, like you have this track on your drive for quite some time, and then just you come back to it after you have essentially you feel like a new person coming to the project and listen to it, and you can assess the things differently. But sometimes you just need to, sometimes you just have to make a decision, get things over the line, and like just make a decision for yourself anyway. So
you've created some great records in your catalogue. You've played just some amazing places as well. What's one of your most memorable moments performing? DJing? I think. Do you know what? I think it would be the last AD. We did. I played for Tourum and Crossfader. That looked good.
It was such a vibe, man.
Yeah,
like, a lovely, like, you know, nice. There was Arkabar, nice little place, you know, cozy. It went off. I have to say, nice, like, good vibe, good DJs as well. Not obviously not only me playing, but other DJs as well. And just to have, obviously, people from industry there, your mates from Tourum Academy, you know, the connections you build over the years, and just like other people as well. You know you've met over the years in the industry, and just to I think there's ideal scenario, have like people who you know, who you like, you know, your crew, and also just fans or random people who just stop by. And no, I really enjoyed it. Such a good vibe. So that's the one definitely. I'm pretty sure there's some other ones as well.
AD is always that kind of, it's a great time of the year as well, and it's that curtain closing part of the season.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's in a closing season a little bit. Because it's summer, but it was my first proper AD. What I was about to say. No, it was just really enjoyed it. I'm sure there was also like gigs in Berlin. There was one in Manila actually that I played in a club called Nokal.
Yeah.
And it was also very, very nice, very good vibes. Also like playing in different country. Also playing abroad, but like I'm based in Berlin, but it's still sort of abroad for me, I guess, because I don't remember. Like, no, it's just different environment, you know, different continent, different crowd. You don't know what to expect, but yeah. But there were many gigs that didn't really, you know, play out very well. I don't know, the vibe wasn't there. You weren't on maybe on form. You I don't know if I wasn't prepared enough, or maybe I wasn't ready for that crowd, you know. So it's all
important to go through that as well.
Yeah, it's all experience. I mean, it's just like, I'm not shy away for a bit. I mean,
no, of course not.
Feels those moments doesn't feel good at times, but like, it's just redirection, you know. I mean, like, it shows you, okay, maybe you could have done this differently. You can prepare better. You can have done this bit more research, you know.
We met at AD finally as well. More people are going to AD, more people producing, more people, you know, social media at its highest, we can connect a lot easier. How important is AD nowadays? For those who haven't gone AD that want to go this year, what would you say? What advice would you say? Prep early? I mean, is there a wrong way to go to AD? I mean, it's actually a massive networking thing.
Yeah. Actually, from my experience, there is. Right?
Yeah, go on. Explain,
Nah, so first AD, it was a 2023. I think that's where we almost met. Yeah. I did this. Actually, our part is AD cycle.
Yeah.
There's a little thing
yes.
Bridges for Music.
Is
this is the number 47. Yeah, was my number on the bike.
And you still got this.
Yeah, and listen, industry is all about who you know, and it took me quite some time to sort of realize that, but it's also the reason why I'm here, right, in London, to network. But AD, I mean, the first one, I wasn't really prepared enough. I didn't know where to go, you know, how to approach it. It's just so many things happening. Like for all those 5 days, or how many days it is, there's parties, network. It's
everything
going on, and like you actually need to be strategic with this. And that's what I did this year. Last year, where I prepared, you know, who I want to see, which network events I want to go, you know, what's relevant for me. Obviously, I went to Tourum Academy because I have a, you know, connection with them, and I know a lot of people there. Went to Traxsource, for instance, because Traxsource for me is important as well, you know, in terms of my music and stuff. What else? Yeah, I can't even remember now. Obviously, I went to Select.
Yes.
Select Radio, where we met as well. I played it as well, for this little sort of showcase.
What about for those who haven't got that connections there? What would you say? Because obviously, I get that as well. You've got to really pinpoint where you going, who can I go and see? Because you can't be in 1,000 places at once.
Yeah.
For someone who's getting into the industry, they haven't got that deep connection with, they probably know of many people. How would you do it over the 4 or 5 days?
I think you still have like you still have your favorite sort of brands or labels, you know, or a sound. I would say don't be too harsh on yourself. Like in that sense, like it's not everything needs to be like sort of net. I mean, everything is networking opportunity, but it doesn't have to be like you need to necessarily meet people, and you know. So it's more like just take it easy.
Yeah.
Make your schedule, make your calendar. You don't have to follow 100%, but like, you know, okay, on these days, these are free events. I want to attend on this, you know. Obviously, it will change, you know, depends on who you meet and stuff. But just go there, hang out, talk to people, you know. Obviously, I know it's harder for some people who are a bit more introverted, but just be around, just have the feel. It definitely, like, it's different to be in someone in person. I mean, when as opposed to seeing things on social media, just the human energy. You just be a little brave and just go experience things and don't be too harsh on yourself. There's no harm of like, because AD is very easy to talk to people because everyone's talked to everyone.
Yeah, everyone's there for the same boat as well.
Yeah,
so.
everyone's like, hey, how are you doing? I'm Thomas. I'm doing this and that. And it might just end there, the conversation, but it might just just like go to, okay, I'm also into this music.
Well, I know someone.
Exactly.
He's over there or she's over there.
Usually exchange Instagrams as well. You get like a bit of following. You get a bit more like on some people's radar and yeah.
Being brave, building a community is something big that you've done as well.
Yeah.
2026, your radio residencies got bigger. Radio's been a big part of your journey as well, from what I've followed as well.
Yeah.
What does radio mean to you? And was radio around a lot when you was growing up? Was it a big medium for you when you was listening to music, or
it was
back then? Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah, there was a local radio in our region where I would listen a lot, and it was one of the biggest media. It was like either TV, right, or radio.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you would listen to radio every day, essentially. We listen.
Did you ever used to mock the presenters and try and do your own little link or your own little like entrance? Did you ever used to be like, these things when you're listen to these things when you're growing up, you try and copy them, or you try and
maybe
you have that sort of fantasy thing.
Maybe maybe.
You got a very natural touch with your shows and the way you come across. So that's why I thought I'd ask, because a lot of times it's all in here.
Maybe I learned something from that. I don't know. But it was definitely part of my radio's part of me growing up, and obviously then as being a big fan of like a radio show, the Toon Radio, Defected, all of them, also listen to your shows as well. So like when you had yours, and something I enjoy.
Helps with community as well, doesn't it? Especially like going to AD and things like that.
A
little something there.
Like what I will say is that having your radio show, it can really help. Like obviously, it can help with your brand, elevate your brand. It can build connection with other artists, with DJs, because you play their music, you support their music. It's first, and so you naturally. I mean, I connected through radio with many people, through my radio show with many people, whether it was on radio transmission back in the day, or then obviously on Select, because you also associated with those brands, and also it gives you something to come back to regularly, whether it's like 1 month, bi-weekly or whatever. It gives you some sort of structure, and like it's good way to showcase the music you love, it's been part of my journey really, and I love doing it really, love presenting as well, and play music I love.
How have you always kind of done your radio shows? Do you have like a certain format, or is it just we've got an hour, and it's going to be some of my records that's going to be out as records that I'm digging right now?
Yeah,
that's gonna be strategic as well as when you're also showcasing other artists.
100%. Well, I mean, I always try to do some sort of format in my show. I mean, in my episode, it's usually 1 hour. It's always been 1 hour, but like having like having like sort of structure, maybe like playing. I don't know what I have now is like fresh cuts on my Island Radio show where I play just like unreleased music. Like there's a section where I play just the new music. And I mean, for me, it's like it should represent me, who I am as an artist, the sound I'm going for, and you can be. Definitely. I mean, a lot of people do. I'm sure, like and myself included. Like, you can also be strategic in terms of, maybe you want to appear on someone's radar as an artist, so you would support their tracks, right? And if you do it long enough, eventually they will notice you, right? So they will engage with you. But it also just like. Playing music for there are people who like that style of music I play, right? So I want them to just enjoy it. Listen to it back on my SoundCloud or anywhere else, and just like, just enjoy like in terms of like for the fans, just feel a good vibe. I'm always trying to be a good vibe. Always try to find some hidden gems as well. Some music that maybe they haven't heard anywhere else. but yeah, it should definitely represent my sound and my brand.
Which is what you've done, and which is what you've built, which is what you're doing in such a unique way, which is great. Where do you see Dante Tom going in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, listen, so far
You're here in London. You've had a wicked week. You're going to go to a wicked event. After.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I think it was started last year, 2025. I started like I shifted my focus because like 2024 I was a bit more focused on different activities. I did my Ironman thing and stuff, so I was like, that was my sort of. But like then I was like, okay, I need to really start focusing on that again and like be present in the scene more.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on making music, releasing stuff. And 2025 was good sort of warm up for me, or good momentum for me, including obviously the AD gigs, like release on Seb Junior's label, Key to Your Soul.
Yeah, that was good.
And also getting a remix. Thank you. And also getting remixed by Seb Junior as
That's
well.
Right, yeah.
It's mad, yeah. So and then obviously now with Don't Feel Pain release, with also like having remixed by Random Soul. As we said, now I'm in London here. I went to Turum Studios to work on the music. So just being in the environment. Obviously with you here. Being on Select, I did Select show yesterday with Curtis J live from the studios, which I don't get to do obviously much because I'm based in Berlin, so it's usually pre-recorded show. Just appear in those places, go up there,
pushing your own boundaries.
I know. And again, with me, very important. I know it's a lot about branding and stuff, which I'm obviously trying to push as well for myself. That's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
To have your strong brand and be active on the socials and stuff. But yeah, just for me, more satisfaction that I got from this is to have the music released, be consistent with it. People liking my music, people listen to my music, getting supported by other artists, bigger artists, radio shows, tour room and stuff, whatever it is out there. So that's I want to move. I would just want to stop. I would push in my music production journey. Maybe evolve my sound again. It's like there's a lot. Try something different. But still obviously keep it like close to what I'm doing, sound wise. Yeah.
House Anthems Spotlight Anthem this year as well, which is great.
Yeah, thanks for that. Like it was a
great release. How do you feel with that record compared to the last 5 years? How can you feel you can push your sound? Evolutionize your sound.
Yeah.
Going forward from that.
Yeah, I think this record in particular, it has quite kind of classic Dante Tom sound.
It's so signature you.
Yeah. So I like in this one in particular, I don't think I have. I'm trying to lean towards more like a kind of clubby direction. Yeah. Which is not something I've released some tracks that are more clubby related, but like there are some tracks I'm working on now that I feel like might hit that spot a bit better. But at the same token, I've also...
Sorry? I need to hear these.
Yeah, you will eventually. But I also have tracks, as you know, like, more maybe deeper sound tracks that are been sitting on my hard drive for quite some time. And, I was like sort of maybe questioning, like, should I release it? Is the right time to release those as well?
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, I guess there's a point where I'm thinking, you know what? I just should release stuff. And it's just like, because you never know what can stick with people, right? What can like hit the spot as well. So that's for instance, Move Your Body with Genuine Sax, which obviously I'm buzzing to have you on the remix as well on this one.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
it's great.
So
it really is.
So
big track.
Thank you. Yeah, big remix as well. I'm really looking forward. So this will be most likely the next release.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Yeah. Exclusive right here.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
When you approach artists for remixes, do you have a idea of who you want to approach for certain tracks?
Yeah, I haven't done it much actually, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think you might be the first one who I approached. Like, I think so. Yeah, there you go.
Blessed.
There you go. yeah. With the remixes previously, that obviously with Seb Junior and the Random Soul, they would be the one because they're also like a label owners. They would be like, okay, do you know what? I feel this track is good. There's something we want to remix it as well because we might hear something different in there. So which is even which is like for me is like it's classes and they're like those people want to remix my stuff. But in terms of like, because I also want to obviously release music, on my own label, like, be in charge of my sort of, my own destiny in terms of releasing, not relying too much on label. Or sometimes I just feel like, maybe I don't know where to fit that In the,
So you release it under yours.
So I just did my own,
Dante
rather than just
Records.
like, yeah, exactly. Rather than just like,
Great name.
because you need to.
Great name.
Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Yeah, I have to
class.
say, yeah, I'll say, yeah, it's fun, yeah.
Copyright that. That is
Yeah, you have to,
absolutely class.
yeah. So no, I mean, it's just like sometimes it's also like my sort of quote for 2026 is to be bold, to be more bold, really, and just like rather than just sitting on stuff for long, and like trying to tweak it this and that. Do you know what? Just put it out there and see what happens.
Yep.
Nothing can happen, but like things can happen with those tracks as well.
Yep.
So much love in the house. For instance, I didn't even want to release it. I was sitting on my hard drive, but then the manager at the time was like, "Yeah, we just got, just put it out. Let's send it to Legend Music," and they,
Amazing, isn't it?
yeah, it's this one here, yeah, and it was yeah, and it got supported by David Penn, Amy Leon, Kiss, Fresh FM. So
Nice.
So sometimes
Did David Penn message you like Elias and Barrianos?
No, it was just
was it 1001 thing.
Yeah, it's just on the radio. I just saw it in a radio show. Like I just got like a notification on song start. But what I'm saying is just like you never know until you sometimes you critical about your music. Sometimes you're like, oh, this is not good enough. But like sometimes me especially, I'm still learning that like don't be too judgmental because like it might really, some people might like it, so yeah.
What are you most looking forward to for 2026?
Most looking forward, I mean, AD must be on the list there. Yeah. I'm sure you're going as well.
Yes.
Hopefully, yeah. So that's the one. Do you know as well? I also got my first festival booking.
Nice.
This year, yeah. It's what's the biggest electronic music festival in Czech Republic? It's called Beats for Love.
Brilliant.
Mark's playing as well. A lot of people. Rivar's playing. Tita Lau. It's got a big one, yeah. So there's a lot of like. So Kevin Harris plays there. It's a big festival with big names. So yeah, I'm obviously buzzing to go. Sort of, it's next to my hometown essentially. So
Tickets available. Where can people get tickets?
Just a website, yeah.
Yeah.
Beats for Love, yeah. It's good. I've never been myself personally, but I know from friends like it's a good one. It's a big one, and again, it can create different opportunities.
So many opportunities out there, yeah.
So opportunities, obviously, looking how to make it like in terms of content as well, but also like just a personal sort of me being there and playing for people, get the vibe, just like engage with people. Yeah, that's why we do it, don't we? As an artist, like just for the live moments for me, personally, anyways. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for as well. And just like sometimes you don't know what comes. You just need to. There are moments where it feels like nothing's happening, but then you make records, you release it. People like it. It gets streams or it get whatever support, and you suddenly, this is the moment I'm doing it for. So just keep really just be. I mean, it's like with training and running or whatever. Just need to be consistent. Just need to show up every day. Yeah. Just need to show up, and even on the days where you don't feel it particular, and things will happen for you. Simple as that. I mean, yeah.
Amazing. It's been a pleasure to interview you. This has been great,
mate. Loved it.
And thank you for coming down to London. Hope you had a good time. We have something brand new for House Anthems. We have this special book. For those who are listening, it's a brand new book, and you can write down a quote or a phrase or something that carried you through life, something that either represents you, something that you've come up with in this interview, or something that's carried you through this music industry as well. And you can write this down, and this will be part of the House Anthems legacy line that stays with you and the House Anthems community. So over to you with this. But honestly, thank you so much. It'll be a privilege to have your quote and your legacy line on here. That will stay forever.
Mate,
but it's been a pleasure. You've seemed to have key people in your career at the right time, from X Factor to electronic music, to Toolroom and that community, to ADE, etc. It's been a pleasure to have met you as well in ADE and here as well. And your records they're really great, mate. You've got that signature sound. Looking forward to hearing more clubby sound from you that you're working on. And this is the reason why I love doing this. Meeting people that have gone through such a great journey. They've learned about themselves. And onwards we go.
Yeah, no, mate. First of all, thanks for having me. This is, I love what you're doing. I've been loving what you've been doing for quite some time. I'm happy that I could finally experience it myself. Obviously, in your new format, it looks absolutely wicked. I absolutely love it. I'm so impressed. But yeah, I wouldn't.
You always want to come back.
Yeah,
You're always welcome.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less for you because I know you're a hard-working individual. You're always pushing forward, and I love what you're doing. And then, like, obviously, having this platform to interview artists like me, obviously artists who are on their journey, in whatever stage they are. I think it's amazing. So yeah, first of all, thank you for. I can speak for all of us, like who done this for. Yeah, looking forward to write something in down, and yeah, definitely come back in the future if you have me.
Always welcome. Doors always open. Dante Tom, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, mate.